Welcome to another episode of Pilates Instructor Thoughts. As a teacher of over 10 years, one thing I pride myself on doing really well is teaching a full group class with a lot of different levels and a lot of different injuries. So as an instructor, whether you're dealing with back, shoulder, and knee injuries, or something a little more serious like spinal stenosis or herniated discs, you want to have a handful of exercises that are just in your back pocket that are going to be safe for everyone to do. So I always start my group classes with this stretch series. I can gauge someone's flexibility and mobility, and then I can also gauge how good people are at taking direction. Because you'll be astounded that people that come in and say that they work out a lot, but they have no body awareness at all. Next, I'll go into a little ab series. I love this series with the ball underneath the hip because it gives people a chance to get into their abs without getting into their low back. And it also gives like a little bit of a balance challenge. And then what I like to do next is just footwork. You can change the springs. If it's too heavy for someone, you have a ton of options, and footwork is generally going to be safe for everybody in class. Next, I just love me some bridging. So bridging, glutes, hamstrings, you can use the ball. Again, generally it's going to be safe for almost everyone in class. And you can also give like tiny modifications, like only just rolling it halfway. If they have a really hard time bridging, you can always bring the foot bar down, or you can even bring their feet a little bit lower. And usually I'll do a little bit of like supine arms and abs series. Again, you can make the weight pretty light if anyone has any like shoulder or even elbow issues. And if they're strong enough, you can have them curl up and then back down, just to add a little added ab challenge. Another exercise series that I absolutely love that is safe for everyone that you work with is side lying. You can do pushing your foot up against a foot bar, engages your glutes. Again, most people can lay on their side. You can prop them up with a ball, or they can just lay on the headrest. Little glute exercise. Also, everyone that comes into your class is gonna love some glute work. And sometimes when I'm teaching, I think about, okay, if we're already laying on your side, what other exercises can we do? So again, another thing I really love doing is this side lying arm series. That's super challenging, although it looks actually fairly easy. Another one of my favorites is quadruped abs. So this is kind of the precursor to planks. Can you stabilize your shoulders while still using your abdominals? And it really just depends, because some people have like wrist issues or maybe even knee issues, so they can't do this exercise. But if you've got a lot of people who've got those issues, I would say just skip it. But most of the time, this is going to be a really good challenge for everyone in class. And then kind of depending on how much time you have left. I love this series where we're working on the roll up. Most people can't do the roll up like right out the gate. So I love adding a box, adding resistance. And then you can practice articulating down through the spine and up through the spine in a safe way by adding that resistance. Again, this is not going to be great if you have someone with a herniated disc, maybe someone with spinal stenosis. You want to avoid this exercise. And then last but not least, that again is safe for generally everybody, is feet in straps. You're working on abs, you're working on pelvic stability. It just feels really nice. And then it's a great way to stretch. And I always end with feet in straps because I feel like it's a good way to center and kind of ground yourself before you've got the rest of the day ahead.